Pappy's Vibrations. I'd like to welcome everybody that showed up today and everybody that's going to be tuning in to the first episode of Sunroom Sessions.
Yeah. Woo!
So,
Yeah! All right!
just going to take a couple of minutes here. Like I said, I'm out of Lidditz, Pennsylvania. I have a company called Pappy's Vibrations. I just want to show you a couple of things that I make. I'll start off here. I have a tongue drum.
Yeah.
I make these out of old propane tanks from all that you see laying around from people's gas grills. They're people mainly use these. It's just really relaxing. You know, you can sit out in the yard. So let me show you what this one sounds like. I make most of these now to this. It's called a D minor Celtic. That's the most popular one, so I've gotten away from making them in other scales. But if you do contact me online, we can talk about making a special one. If I can, I'll let you know. If I can't, I'll tell you that's not going to happen either. Something else I make Native American flutes. This one here is a special one. It's called a drone. It has a constant A note come from the one side, and then you finger this side. Now I got to make a statement here. I'm not a musician, so I'll blow into this, and hopefully it makes a sound. My wife's the one that plays these, but as an article I read this morning, Leo Fender wasn't a musician either, and he just made guitars. So let me show you this one.
Yeah, buddy! All right.
Now, and I make a lot of the traditional single bore Native American flutes also. Now, here's the lead into our, this is going to be our first musician today. Something I started making about 1.5 years ago is cigar box guitars. I make this one here, which I call my campfire guitar. It's just strictly acoustic, and so you can sit out, do your marshmallows and your hot dogs, and if you don't have any friends, you can play this and sing to yourself, or you can sing to people sitting around with you. This one here is from a Pappy Van Winkle cigar box. If you're familiar with Pappy Van Winkle bourbon, it has a deer antler volume control with piezo pickups, and I also make some with your traditional magnetic pickups that people have now. This one here is a fretless guitar for people who like playing slide. I have some of the frets marked with, I wood burned them in, and then the other frets I skip between the maple fretboard and the dark walnut, and then down here at the 12th fret I have a piece of Purple Heart. And then last, I have a banjo. Now I don't make a lot of these, so if you were interested in getting one of these, you'd have to give me a shout. Takes a little longer, of course, because of tensions. But so I try to make a big variety, but traditionally, mostly on your cigar box guitars, you have 3 and 4 string instruments. So next up, we have a musician who plays cigar box guitars. I met him a while back. I went to an open mic sponsored by local band Mo Blues, and as soon as I got there, Kevin from Mo Blues was at the door, saw me walk in with the cigar boxes, and said, "You need to talk to that guy right over there." And so I went over, and it was Shaky Joe Kambic. He's here from Lancaster, and he's a blues artist that plays the cigar box guitar. So everybody, let's hear it for Shaky Joe.
We're on. Larry, thank you so much for that kind introduction. I'm humbled by it. Thank you again. I'm Shaky Joe Kambic here at the first Sunroom Sessions hosted by Kevin Gannon. And I play cigar box guitars for the most part. I also have a bad memory, so I'd like to give you a little bit of background information, but I'm going to read some names for you. You might be surprised by the number of blues musicians that have a history of playing cigar box guitars. Artists such as Roy Clark, Carl Pickens, Scrapper Blackwell, all played. And other bluesmen who got their start on cigar box guitars included Lightning Hopkins, Blind Willie Johnson, Bo Diddley, and Blind Willie McTell. Now, having said all that about cigar box guitars, the first instrument I'm going to play is what's called a canjo. It's actually made out of a can. And the reason I picked up cigar box guitars and playing the blues is because there's American history behind this. And I don't want it to be lost. And I want to introduce it to younger generations. And playing open mics and vineyards, I've managed to actually have some people come up to me and talk about it, so that's very encouraging. This first song dates back to 1870. Some musical historians think that it was originating out of Southern Appalachians, but there are a few musical historians who think that this came from Ireland. The name of the song, as done by Leadbelly, is Black Girl, Black Girl. It also goes by the title In the Pines. Now, if you're a blues person, when the song starts out and the singer goes, my girl, don't you lie to me, where did you sleep last night? You're thinking this is a heartbreak type of song. But listen to it carefully and you'll find out that there's much more going on to it. And I'm going to do Leadbelly's version, Black Girl, and all the pieces will come together for you.
Yeah.
Black girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun does never shine. I shivered the whole night through. Black girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines where the sun will never shine. I shivered the whole night through. My husband was a railroad man, killed 1.5 miles from here. His head was found in a driver wheel, but his body was never found. My girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun does never shine. I shivered the whole night through. My girl, black girl, where will you go? While I'm going where the cold wind blows. You cause me to weep, you cause me to moan. and you caused me to leave my happy home.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I got started on cigar box guitars when I was volunteering for the Roots and Blues Festival. They had a fellow from Chickatee, Virginia, Mud Boy Guitar Works. His name was Dan Opio, and he had a display there. And during one of my breaks, during the festivities, I walked in, and he picked up one that had a nice bluesy sound to it. It was made with an eye bolt right here, and as I was trying to learn how to play it, I kept hitting that eye bolt and putting it out of tune. So I asked him to custom make one for me, and this is the first one that he custom made. And he created and designed what he calls the fixed floating bridge. And if needed, I can adjust the bridge a little bit either way to provide for proper intonation. But this is indeed a cigar box guitar. And what I'd like to do now is for those of you that are blues fans, you're probably familiar with the name Robert Johnson. And the truth is, he didn't sell his soul to the devil. And one of his teachers was a fellow named Sunhouse. And Sunhouse used to play in juke joints down in Mississippi. One night, Robert Johnson was in the audience, and Sunhouse and William Brown, who also played with him, on many occasions went out to the front porch to do whatever it is that they do when they take breaks in the South. And that was the time that Robert Johnson got up and started to play the guitar. And he was so bad that the owner of the juke joint came out and said to Sunhouse, "Get that kid off the stage." Now the legend is that he disappeared for a year, came back, was a heck of a guitar player, blues player, and the story is that he sold his soul to the devil. But the truth is that he took some lessons from Sunhouse. The styles are a bit different, but historians will tell you that some of the songs you can hear Sunhouse in those songs. So the first song that I'd like to play was written and recorded in 1965. It's a Sunhouse tune entitled Death Letter Blues. It was also recorded by the Grateful Dead, John Mellencamp, and the Derek Trucks Blues Band. And what he does in this song, he takes you from the day he gets the death letter up until that first night he spends alone in bed after the funeral. And death letters were a big thing back in the early 1920s. And you knew you got one without having to open it because there would be a black stripe around the outside of the envelope. So here it is, Death Letter Blues by Sunhouse. My suitcase, I headed on down that road. When I got there, she was on that cooling board. I packed up my suitcase, headed on down that road. Oh, my darling, you got a lonely soul. I walked on over, I looked down at her face. I said, my darling, you're in a better place. I walked on over, I looked down at her face. Darling, my darling, Lord, you're in a better place. 10,000 people there at the burying ground. I didn't know I missed her till they lowered her body down. 10,000 people at the burying ground. Didn't know I missed her till they lowered her body down. What you want with a woman who don't love you? No conversation, don't care what you do. Tell me what you want with a woman that don't love you. No conversation, don't care what you do. Folded up my arms, I slowly walked away. Say, my darling, I'll see you Judgment Day. I folded up my arms, I slowly walked away. Darling, my darling, I'll see you Judgment Day. Only love for women in all my life. My mother, sister, this gal and my wife. I only love for women in all my life. My mother, my sister, this gal and my wife. Didn't feel too bad till the good Lord sun went down. Didn't have a soul to wrap my arms around. I didn't feel too bad till the good Lord sun went down. Didn't have a soul to wrap my arms around. I tossed and turned until the break of day. I clenched the pillow where she used to lay. I tossed and I turned until the break of day. I clenched that pillow where she used to lay. Got a letter this morning, that day you reckon it read.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Death Letter Blues by Sunhouse. The next tune was also done by Sunhouse. It was recorded much earlier, around 1930. This was a time when he was actually a preacher, and it's entitled Preaching the Blues. It was also performed by Peter Green of Fleetwood Mac, Larkin Poe, and the Derry Trucks Band. Preaching the Blues. Gonna give me religion, gonna join that Baptist church. Gonna give me religion, gonna join that Baptist church. Gonna be a Baptist preacher That deacon stood up, oh Lord, he began to grin. Hey there, elder, oh elder, I'm going back to Bell housing again. One sister stood up, she began to shout. That sister stood up, oh Lord, she began to shout. She said, I'll be happy, so happy when the corn liquor's out. That deacon stood up, said, sister, sister, won't you hush? Deacon stood up, said, sister, sister, won't you hush? You love your corn liquor, and here you are, you're making such a suss. Gonna preach these blues, find my seat and sit down. Gonna preach these blues, find my seat and sit down. When the Spirit comes, I want you to be jumping up and down. Eyes in the pulpit, jumping up and down. Eyes in the pulpit, oh Lord, I'm jumping up and down. My sister's in the corner, she's hollering, I'm Alabama bound. No, no, no. Wish I had me a heaven, heaven on my own. Wish I had me a heaven, heaven on my own. Then I'd give all my women a long and happy home. Gonna give me religion, gonna join that Baptist church. Gonna give me religion, gonna join that Baptist church. Gonna be a Baptist preacher, oh Lord, so I won't have to work no more. Work no more, won't have to work no more.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Preaching the Blues by Sunhouse.
Okay.
Well, it's said by bluesmen that when you're singing to folks, you're singing the blues. But when you're singing to God, you're singing a spiritual or a gospel. So we're going to move over to Mississippi Fred McDowell. This song is entitled Jesus on the Main Line. Now Fred, it's a traditional song actually, but it was done by Fred McDowell and the Hunters Chapel Singers. It was also done by Randy Travis and Aerosmith, believe it or not. Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, just... Can we edit that out?
Yeah.
Man, thank you. Jesus on the main line. Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. My Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. Just call him up, tell him what you want, what you want. His line ain't never busy, just tell him what you want. Line ain't never busy, just tell him what you want. His line ain't never busy, just tell him what you want. Just call him up, tell him what you want, what you want. If you're sick and you want to get well, just tell him what you want. If you're sick and you want to get well, just tell him what you want. If you're sick and you want to get well, just tell him what you want. Just call him up, tell him what you want, what you want. Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, just tell him what you want. Call him up, tell him what you want, what you want. Line ain't never busy, just tell him what you want. His line ain't never busy, just tell him what you want. His line ain't never busy, just tell him what you want. Just call him up, tell him, call him up and tell him. Just call him up and tell him what you want.
Yeah. All right.
Mississippi Fred McDowell, whoops, you got rid of that, thank you. That's right. Mississippi Fred McDowell wrote a song entitled, I've Been Drinking Water from a Hollow Log. I wish I was a fly on the wall when he wrote that song. But it was done by not only Mississippi Fred McDowell back in 1971, but it was also released by the North Mississippi All-Stars. I've been drinking water out of a hollow log. Drinking water out of a hollow log. If I hate you, kid man, ain't gonna be your dog. Hey baby, don't you wanna go? Hey my baby, don't you wanna go? Be headed to places I ain't been before. I can hear my baby calling me. I can hear my baby calling me. Hey there boy, I'm headed sister go. Drinking water out of a heart alone. Been drinking water out of a heart alone. If I ain't your kid, man, ain't gonna be a dog.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Joe.
Drinking water out of a hollow log, Mississippi Fred McDowell. Well, if you're a blues man, you're gonna play the following song. It was written by Hembo and Willie Newborn and recorded back in 1929. He entitled the song "The Roll and Tumble Blues," but it's been somewhat modified over the years, and it's known by Rollin' and Tumblin'. It's been done by such people as C6 Steve, who also plays cigar box guitars, Muddy Waters, a name familiar to everybody, Elmore James, and the late, great Johnny Winter. Rollin' and Tumblin'. I rode and I tumbled, I cried the whole night long. I rode and I tumbled, I cried the whole night long. I woke up this morning, all that I had was gone. Well, for years I felt I had the best. Well, for years I felt I had the best. Why she left, anybody's guess. If whiskey was a river and I was a diving duck. If whiskey was a river and I was a diving duck, I'd dive to the bottom, never would I come up. 9 days in jail, my feet chained to the wall. 9 days in jail, my feet chained to the wall. Wait as I might, my old lady never called. And she blew the whistle, fireman he rang the bell. That engine blew the whistle, that fireman he rang the bell. My baby's on that train, ain't a fairly well. Chew on with the rooster, won't even crow for days. Chew on with the rooster, won't even crow for days. What you want with a rooster that takes your chick away? So I rode and I tumbled and I cried the whole night long. I rode and I tumbled and I cried the whole night long. I woke up this morning, all that I Yeah. Rolling Jungle, Blue Standard. Thank you. I'm going to switch guitars here and bring out the black box. Well, if you've ever owned a boat or know somebody that owns a boat, it doesn't just stop at one boat. And it's probably the same thing for cigar box guitars. This was the second custom-built cigar box guitar that was made for me by Stanopial at Mudboy Guitar Works. And I wanted to go with black since I had something already white and I had never seen any black cigar box guitars. So he put in a lace pickup, it's a matchbook pickup, which I had requested, and he put also, like the first one, the fixed flexible bridge, a floating bridge. So I'd like to do, let's turn that off. Well, I did a lot of blues songs, but I discovered at open mics and some of these venues, some of the people like to hear original songs. So the next one is entitled Kentucky Bourbon Sky. It was written last year, 2022. It's on my first CD, and I hope you like it. Papa said to me, hey boy, don't you cry, I'll be seeing you on the by and by. My daddy said to me, Shaky Joe, don't you cry, I'll be seeing you on the by and by. I gotta get me some bluegrass near a cherry wine stream. It is there I'll be living the dream. There I'll be living the dream. Oh, Kentucky bourbon sky. Oh, Kentucky bourbon sky. Becca said to me, little brother, don't cry, I'll be seeing you on the by and by. Becca said to me, Shaky Joe, don't you cry, I'll be seeing you on the by and the by. But I gotta get me some bluegrass near a cherry wine stream. It is there I'll be living my daddy's dream. There I'll be living the dream. Oh, Kentucky bourbon sky. Oh, Kentucky bourbon sky. don't you cry, I'll be seeing you on the by and by. Sweet, sweet mama, don't you cry, I'll be seeing you on the by and by. But I gotta get me some bluegrass near a cherry wine stream. It is there I'll be living our daddy's dream. There I'll be living the dream. Oh, Kentucky, bourbon sky. Oh, Kentucky, bourbon sky. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'd like to play trivia with a fellow named Dave Gazowski. I met Dave when I was living in Colorado in the 70s. He invited me to join him inside his studio to record a demo that he wanted to put out. At that time I was playing piano, and I played piano for him on a number of songs. The nice thing was that I made a recording for me on a cassette, if you remember what cassettes are, on a cassette of the songs that he recorded that day. And this is one of his songs entitled Higher Elevations. I like it, and it also was on my first CD. When you want me, just like all the rest, tell you that I want you to without thinking about what's best. And though the morning could find you 1,000 miles west, right now the moon is riding shadows across your breast. Well, your name was written in the sky when I traveled on steel wings. Now it's written here in this song as I travel on steel strings. And still I bear any pain, wear proudly any scar, for just a chance to spend one more moment where you are. Well, the snow's begun to fall in those higher elevations. Who knows, but maybe this time I'll give into the temptation to run out and find you where you're living on the coast. Give myself one last chance to exorcise your ghost. want me, just like all the rest. I tell you that I want you to without thinking about what's best. And now the morning will find you 1,000 miles west. And right then the moon will be riding shadows across your breast, across your breast, across your breast. Higher elevation shuffle in the house here. Let's try to kick it up a notch. We're gonna add some effects to this. This song's entitled Shake 'Em On Down. It was written by Booker T. Washington White. He recorded it in 1937. It was also picked up by R.L. Burnside, and he changed the melody to it. And then that was picked up, the R.L. Burnside version was picked up by Samantha Fish. And she plays it on cigar box and guitar and does a heck of a job. But this is my interpretation of it. If you come to my house and I can't be found, well, me and my baby could shake it on down. Yeah, now, should I holler? Gonna holler, gotta holler, shake it on down. If you see my baby and she's standing round, send her on over, gonna shake it on down. Yeah, now, should I holler? Gonna holler, gotta holler, shake it on down. Well, Samantha and me went to get us some ice. Before we come back, she done shook me down twice. Yeah, now, should I holler? Gonna holler, gotta holler, shake it on down. can tell by that. Well, just shut it on down. Yeah, now. Gonna holler. Gonna holler. Gonna holler. Shake it on down.
Yeah.
Shake it on down. I think if you're doing the blues, oh, let's see if we can end with a Robert Johnson. That woman I love stole from my best friend. That lucky joker started back again. You better come on in my kitchen. It's gonna be raining outdoors. Do-do-do-do, do-de-dum, do-do-do-do, do-de-dum, do-do-do-do, do-do-do. Well, I know she's gone. She ain't coming back. I took the last nickel from our nation's sack. You better come on in my kitchen. It's gonna be raining outdoors. When a woman gets in trouble, we all put her down. Go look for her best friend, none can be found. You better come on in my kitchen. It's gonna be raining outdoors. Well, that winter's coming, it's gonna be slow, but when it gets here, I pray it's gonna snow. You better come on in my kitchen, it's gonna be raining outdoors. Robert
Yeah.
Johnson. Time for one more? Beautiful. All right. Let me make sure this is in tune because it's an instrumental I wrote last year. It's entitled "The Bees." And here we go. Thank you very much. You all were very, very kind.